If you take an orange and you squeeze the orange, what comes out? Orange juice. You guessed it. You knew it. You knew it. And why does orange juice come out? Because that is what is inside of it. And never ever, no matter who squeezes it, or how hard it's being squeezed, or how it's being squeezed, will apple juice come out of an orange. It will never happen. Because the law of nature is that which is inside is that which comes out. Now taking it a step further, I am being squeezed in my life. What comes out? Hatred, anger, and burning resentment. And I used a long time for blaming the circumstances for the squeezing. But as Dr. Wayne Dyer says, there are no justified resentments. And the way that I feel when I am being squeezed, that is the direct consequence of what is inside of me. That was a little hard to swallow, I have to say, because being a spiritual person for many years, having a practice for many years, and then finding hatred, resentment, and anger, I had to take a moment to really swallow that one. And if I don't like what is inside of me, then I should change it. Alright, so how do I change it? How do I respond with love to hate? For this period of my life, this kind of been my mantra. Responding with love to hate. Because then every time I am not responding with love to hate, well, then I know that I'm not living aligned with the path that I wish to align myself with. Loving forgiveness, responding with love to hate. The first place that I found hate was in myself. That was the first place where I had to respond with love. To be there with myself, for myself, acknowledging what I was going through. But that's not quite enough, because I was still angry. I am, when I'm thinking about where I'm being squeezed, I'm going back and forth to that squeezing place, It's like this center where it's like, come Jonathan, you can go here and be squeezed. Thank you, life. I appreciate it. So how do I change my responding from being a reaction of hate and resentment and anger into a response of loving forgiveness? I've come towards this, that it starts with awareness. Starts with awareness. So I am not responding with love to hate. Why am I not responding with love to hate? What are the exact triggers that triggers me to be angry and to get this juice of anger, hate, and resentment out of me? What are the exact triggers and why are they there? I think that's the first step. This insight came to me yesterday. And I'm gonna go tomorrow. So I have some work to do. So I cannot tell. And why are they there? I think that's the first step. Awareness of when exactly does it happen and why does that happen. The second step is, what do I get out of it? And being really honest here, man, it feels good. It feels good. It feels good to be resentful and hateful towards another person that I have judged as they deserve the punishment. And then what happens actually is because I have justified my resentment towards him in my mind. In my mind, I am punishing him. And as we know, is that the thought becomes the word becomes the action becomes the habit. So, because in my mind I am punishing him, my actions are punishing him. But it's in such a way that I do it where it's not seemingly, I'm doing it under the table. So when he then is getting triggered and is giving hate to me, well then I'm my hands up, I've done nothing. I've done nothing wrong because I'm doing it under the table. But I have become aware of doing it under the table, so now it's not justified anymore. Ignorance is bliss, right? Then I am actually creating conflicts, because then I am justifying my resentment. I am justifying my punishment towards him, and I feel in the right. I feel better, and it feels good. It does. I don't want to sound like a shitty human being. It does feel good. It does. You know it. We all know it. Being very honest, these lower states of vibration, they feel good. They do. So then having identified what do I get out of it? What is the consequence? Here's the thing with resentment. Who's burning? Like, the person is there doing something towards me. I'm getting squeezed. I'm getting angry, resentful. They leave. I am still angry and resentful. 2 days goes by, a week goes by. I'm still angry and resentful towards that person. Who's burning? I'm burning. So there are no justified resentments. Dr. Wayne Dyer, there are no justified resentments. Because no matter what, I am the one who's burning. No matter what, I'm burning. There are no justified resentments. What are the consequences then? Like, having awareness of the problem, what are the consequences? Well, the consequences is that all of this resentment, I am dragging it with me when I'm leaving that place. I am dragging it with me. And then it's like consuming my day. Even when I'm not there, a week can go by and I'm consumed by resentment. Not having the energy of doing what I'm passionate about, of doing be happy. Not having the energy of being with my family. And not being in a joyful state of vibration. Because this, it's dragging me down and it's got a good grip on me, I have to say. It's dragging me down and I'm having difficulties getting up in the morning. It is difficult for me. Also, well then, because I'm going back, I'm being resentful towards the future. So I am being resentful and angry and hateful towards something that has not even happened yet. Because of the pattern, because of the habit. Because it happened then, it's happened before, happened for a long time. I know it will happen again, because that's the habit. Then my habit is that I am already in a state of mind that is like in conflict, in a conflicted state of mind. I am already thinking about all of the things that will go wrong. I am already thinking about the squeezing in a negative and hateful way. Creating more misery for myself. Yeah, so now I have identified lots of the problem. I've identified what I'm getting out of it. I've identified like what are the consequences of me dragging it and me creating more conflicts that is then justifying the resentment. Man, it's a whole life cycle in itself. So how do I change from this into loving forgiveness? How do I change the habit from resentfulness to loving forgiveness? I'm eager to say I don't know, but I cannot use that answer for nothing. Something is better than nothing, right? And I do have an idea. My idea is this. Changing my perspective. Really. This is the perspective of the Buddhist. I love that. So I'm taking that in. In this journey of self-mastery, in this journey of growth, in this journey of purification of the mind, we will be shown where our mind is not yet pure. And what is an impure mind? An impure mind is an angry mind, a resentful mind. Exactly what I am witnessing with my mind when I am here. There. So from this perspective, from the perspective of self-mastery, life is showing me this is a place where you do not yet master yourself. This is a place where your mind is still impure. So now, the squeezing and the circumstances, the person, becomes my teacher. And they are actually in my service of my growth, of the man I wish to be. I wish to be a man that can go through squeezing with a smile and respond with love to hate. I wish that. I wish to be that man. And in order to be that man, well, then I need to overcome these lower states of vibration and to be bigger and to be better, to overcome it, to choose loving forgiveness. Even though being resentful feels so good, even though punishing one feels so good, but it's not aligned with self-mastery. It's not aligned with the purification of the mind. So these circumstances has become my teacher. And is teaching me, is challenging me. I'm being challenged so much, oh my God. Is challenging me to be better. Is challenging me to grow. For that, then this person that I'm very resentful towards becomes a very valuable person for me, because this person now is actually my teacher. Is teaching me where I do not yet master myself. Is teaching me where I am not responding with love to hate. So now he's my teacher, which is very hard for the ego, I can tell you. I did tell him twice, I think. I was like, you're teaching me a lot. And it went straight into his ego. And then that was hard for my ego. Oh, you're not understanding what I'm meaning. But no importa. It's not important. It's not important. Humility and being humble, that's what's important. And the growth, that's what's important. Right? And I have to thank him for that. I really do have to thank him for that. Now, in the beginning, I was being so resentful. For days, for weeks. I was away for a month, and every single day for that month, I was angry and being resentful. Like, that's the consequence of really dragging it with me. Now, I am working so focused on choosing loving forgiveness, and I'm getting faster at it. Like, not much time has to go by before I'm like, alright, I'm forgiving. I'm letting it go, I'm forgiving. Then I go back, I get squeezed again. Then I have to forgive again. Good. Then I will keep on forgiving until there's nothing to forgive. That will be my desire. I will keep on forgiving until there's nothing to forgive. So gratitude. Changing to gratitude. Finding the things to be grateful for. Well, I'm grateful for the teachings. I am grateful for the growth. Me getting the opportunity to pure my mind, and for me getting the opportunity to master this part of myself. So I, in the future, can respond with love to hate. That's something to be very grateful for. The growth of a man, the growth of a person. And one thing that also helps me is look at it from their perspective. Look at it from his perspective. Life is tough, man. He's going through what he's going through, and he's having a hard time with it. So with that, my punishment towards him is just making his life worse. And my life is a lose-lose. It's just making it worse. Now, when I then go into my heart and ask my heart, what do I really want? Well, I really want his happiness. I really want his happiness. When I really go deep, I feel it so much that I will begin to cry. I know it's my why when it makes me cry. It's the same I have with Be Happy. My intention is really for every single human being to feel happiness and the joy of life. So having that why from my heart, then that also helps, like, what is truly important for me. Is it this lower mind that wants resentment, or is it the higher mind that wants his happiness and my own happiness, wants to be free? And looking at it, like, there's a quote from Robin Williams that I really like. Every man is fighting a battle that you're not aware of. Be kind. And I find that is so beautiful. And when we know of the battle, we cannot be resentful. We cannot justify our resentment. We can only forgive and to be kind. I want to end it with a little poem from Mother Teresa. I am not going to read the full poem. I'm just going to read the beginning and the end. So here it comes from Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. And then, straight to the end. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyway. Beautiful. People are often unkind. Forgive them anyway. Love it. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, any comments, throw them down in the comment section. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button. And wishing you well. Be happy. With the new microphone.